Imagine waking up on a peaceful spring morning. The sun is shining, birds are singing, and families are beginning another ordinary day. But with every breath, an invisible killer is already spreading through the air. There are no warning sirens, no smoke, and no signs of danger. Just radiation. At exactly 1:23:40 a.m. on April 26, 1986, a single explosion at the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant triggered the worst nuclear disaster in history. But what makes this tragedy so terrifying is that it wasn't caused by war or a natural disaster. It happened during what was supposed to be a routine safety test. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union built Chernobyl as a symbol of technological power. Beside the plant stood the modern city of Pripyat, home to nearly 50,000 people, most of them young families and nuclear workers. It was one of the most advanced cities in the Soviet Union. But hidden inside Reactor Number 4 was a dangerous design flaw that few fully understood. On the night of April 25th, engineers began a safety experiment to see whether the reactor's turbines could temporarily power the cooling system during a blackout. As the test progressed, the reactor became unstable. Instead of stopping, operators disabled several safety systems and continued the experiment. When power suddenly surged out of control, they pressed the emergency shutdown button. But because of a fatal design flaw, the shutdown made the situation even worse. Seconds later, two massive explosions tore through reactor number 4, blowing the roof apart and exposing the radioactive core to the open atmosphere. Firefighters rushed to the scene, believing they were fighting a normal industrial fire. Without protective equipment, they climbed onto radioactive debris and battled the flames, unaware that invisible radiation was destroying their bodies. Many of them would die within weeks, yet their bravery prevented the fire from spreading to nearby reactors and saved countless lives. While the reactor burned, life in Pripyat continued almost normally. Children played outside, families watched the glowing reactor from a distance, and officials insisted everything was under control. It wasn't until 36 hours later that buses arrived to evacuate the city. Residents were told to pack only essentials because they would return in a few days. They never did. Homes, schools, toys, and personal belongings were left behind forever, turning Pripyat into a ghost city, frozen in time. The disaster was far from over. To contain the burning reactor, more than 600,000 people, later known as the liquidators, were sent to clean up the site. Helicopters dropped sand, lead, and boron onto the reactor, while soldiers risked their lives clearing radioactive debris by hand after robots failed due to extreme radiation. Their sacrifice prevented an even greater catastrophe that could have affected much of Europe. For nearly 2 days, the Soviet government kept the accident secret. The world only learned the truth after scientists in Sweden detected unusually high radiation levels and traced them back to the Soviet Union. By then, radioactive material had already spread across large parts of Europe, exposing millions of people to contamination. Today, the ruins of Chernobyl remain sealed beneath a massive steel structure known as the New Safe Confinement, while Pripyat stands abandoned as one of the world's most haunting ghost cities. Nature has reclaimed the streets, but the scars of the disaster remain. Chernobyl wasn't caused by a single mistake. It was the result of human error, flawed reactor design, ignored warnings, and a system that valued secrecy over safety. It serves as a powerful reminder that the greatest disasters often begin with small decisions that seem harmless until it's too late. Nearly 4 decades later, Chernobyl continues to stand as one of history's greatest lessons about technology, responsibility, and the devastating cost of ignoring the truth.